What's up, everybody? You know what? I had to do this review for Dynasty. I had to do it. I know a lot of people don't watch Dynasty, but I really think a lot of people should, especially after this episode. Like, the whole first season has been good. It really has. Has it been great? No. But I feel like the whole season so far has been clicking pretty much on a lot of cylinders. It's been pretty good. See, the thing is, everybody compares Dynasty to Dynasty of the 80s. It was good for that time, though. They were dealing with oil and stuff back then, but it was good for the time. But I feel like this new show, this reboot, has been pretty good. It hasn't really, I like the diversity of it. It hasn't disappointed me. Some parts are lacking, but, it's been good. Um, so yeah, this is Dynasty season 1, episode 8, The Best Things in Life. Crystal and Blake are still trying to have this baby. He's sure that she's pregnant. They had got done having their morning sex or whatever. So she had went, to the doctors, and the doctor gave her a shot. Apparently, when she was in Venezuela, she had got pregnant when she was young, and she was in Venezuela. So she had a miscarriage. And now she had the doctor, I guess, give her some type of shot. So it helps prevent her from getting pregnant, I guess, for the next 2 years. So that's another secret she's trying to keep from Blake. So anyway, Blake and everybody's at breakfast or whatever. Anders is usually, he's standing there throwing shade at Fallon for being back in the mansion or whatever. And Blake is worried about the whole gift giving thing because the Carrington Atlantic is doing this tree lighting party that they do every year, and they got a lot of council politician people going. They got a lot of business executives going, and they usually give out gift bags to the business execs and stuff like that, to all the business people that's going. They usually give out, goodie bags. So they're trying to figure out what gift they're giving this year. And Fallon, of course, her and Jeff Kobe got their company. So they're thinking about giving out gift bags too. She wants to one up her father and his company, basically. Because usually her father gives out scotch and cigars every year because his father used to do it. So he kept the tradition of giving out scotch and cigars. And of course, Sammy Joe brings his lazy ass downstairs for breakfast. He overheard them talking about the gift bags. He talking about, am I getting the gift bag? The first thing out my mouth was, bitch, no, you're not getting a gift bag. Your whole life is a gift. I mean, you're sleeping around in a big ass mansion. You got servants and butlers at your beck and call. It's like, no, you're not getting a gift bag. Your whole life, even Fallon told him, your whole life is a gift. Like you wake up in a mansion every day. Mind you, Fallon, Crystal, Blake, Steven, they all get up every morning and go to what? Work. They all go to the office. Crystal and Blake go to Carrington Atlantic. Fallon and she goes to her company. And Steven is the chairman of the foundation. They all get up and go to the office every day. While Sammy Joe does what? Lay around, lounging around the mansion, abusing the staff, having them cook him meals, getting massages, everything that Blake is basically paying for. I'm like, he's such a lazy bastard. I don't understand. I mean, I don't care if he is Crystal nephew. You would have had to get up out my crib. Like, you got to mow the lawn. You need to take out some garbage. Do something to earn your keep at least. Like, you're not just going to sponge off my billions. I'm just saying, like, your ass would have been put out. Like, for real. Who wants a grown man lounging around a mansion while you're at the office making the money to pay for all the service and staff that he's abusing? Hell no. Um, so yeah, she threw that in his. So Fallon threw that up in his face or whatever because he's basically a freeloader. So now he wants to try to prove himself and prove Fallon wrong by going to Blake to offer his services for helping Carrington Atlantic give out the gifts. Instead of giving out the same gift like they do every year, he wants to give out the better gifts. So he wants to give out the best gifts or whatever, something new. And at first Blake was brushing him off or whatever, but he still decided to go ahead and take care of the gift because Blake was looking at watches and liquor and just different type of ideas that he can give to his business people, his clients and stuff like that. So Fallon was talking with Jeff and that other girl, and they was talking about what they can give. She was talking about giving up some type of island, something where they got massages and all that, some type of timeshare on the island or whatever, where they can go vacation on the island or whatever. That sound good, but that shit sound expensive as shit. Then she had some other expensive ass shit, some diamond encrusted iPhones or whatever the fuck she was trying to give. Jeff looked at her like, bitch, we're a startup company. Like, yeah, it's true. I'm a billionaire because Jeff Kobe is a billionaire, but it's like, I'm not about to give all our clients a bunch of gifts that are expensive as shit. And I agree with him. They're a startup company. So he told her, get something that's at least three figures. You know what I'm saying? Like, be reasonable financially. Don't be spending up a bunch of money on clients. Like, shit, y'all just started y'all company. I agree. I said that's a little too flashy. It's a little too much. So anyway, Fallon went and she done got into it with Cohane girlfriend Corey as usual because she just barged in Cohane house or whatever, and her and Corey got into it because Corey getting tired of Fallon just popping in whenever she feel like it, and Cohane is getting tired of it too. He's trying to set boundaries with Fallon. He's trying to get over Fallon. That's why he's dating Corey, and he actually really likes Corey. Um, Fallon can't stand it, of course, as usual. So anyway, when Crystal was coming out the doctor's office or whatever, or wherever she was at shopping or whatever, she get in a car and she find a box with her old name up there, Celia. So she opened up the box and that shit is some dead cut up fish. I said, oh shit, it's those people that she stole the money from. They want their money. And then apparently in the note they said that they want $300,000. I said, well, damn, bitch. Now she got money, but she ain't got no $300,000. Only way she gonna get that is going up in Blake's bank account, and Anders watches that bank account like a hawk. So even if she took 300 grand out, Anders is gonna know about it, and Blake is gonna know about it. So she can't do that. So now she got to find another source to get the money. And when Anders popped up on her when she was in the basement, she dropped the dead fish on the ground, and Anders pretty much figured it out quickly that the people she stole the money, they're coming after her ass. So she was basically like, it's funny how the gold digger is the one being gold digged. You know, the gold digger has gold diggers. I say, ain't that the truth? Because they want their money and they showing her ass they not playing. And she still won't tell Blake the truth. Um, so anyway, Anders decides at the Christmas lighting party that he's gonna help her. He was like, "All right, I'm gonna give you the money or whatever. I'm gonna help you, but I'm going to the meeting with you. You know what I'm saying? Make sure don't no shit pop off, because even though he tolerates Crystal, he's trying to protect the family as a whole because this whole situation that she's involved in is a dangerous situation potentially for the family." And he already see how bad and dangerous these people can be. I mean, shit, they leaving dead, cut up fish in the car. Ain't no telling what else they gonna do if they don't get their money. So he don't want that kind of drama. So he like, all right, I'm gonna help you out this time, especially after what happened last week with Claudia. He trying to minimize the drama. Um. So anyway, Fallon, she go to the fucking Corey office because Corey's a councilwoman or whatever. So she go to her office trying to talk to Corey. Corey already know that this bitch got an ulterior motive. She like, Fallon, what the fuck do you want? So she trying to be friends with Corey or whatever. But Corey not fucking with Fallon because she know that she still got feelings for Cohane. So she not fucking with Fallon. She just don't want to be friends with her. I was like, Fallon just need to let it go and leave it alone. So this motherfucker seeing me Joe sitting there eavesdropping on what um Fallon planned on getting the clients for the tree lighting party as a gift bag. So he found out what she was getting, and he decided to make some phone calls or whatever to the people that she used. And mind you, those same people called Fallon because they thought that the order was for her. Because she got somebody from the Carringtons calling him for a gift bag. So she uses the same service. So of course they got on the phone and called her about it. And she played the shit out of Sammy Joe because when they got to that party and he was handing out all the gift bags and stuff, I think they had like iPads or something in them, fancy brand new iPads or whatever the fuck it was. What he didn't know was she swiped out the cards. She put her company on the card in her name to all the clients. So he thought he was giving out all the goodie bags and the gift bags and stuff to the clients from Carrington Atlantic from Blake, but in reality, it was really from um, Fallon. So I was like, damn, Fallon played the shit out of Sammy Joe. She pulled his motherfucking trump card. I said, see, Fallon ain't the one to play with. You can't really beat Fallon. I'm like, come on now. He should have been smarter than that. Like, he should have known not to underestimate Fallon. And that's the problem with some people in this show. They underestimate her. It's like, stop doing it. You gonna hurt yourself. Um, so anyway, Fallon brought Jeff up to like the balcony or whatever where she usually watches the tree lighting. And she saw Cohane up there because that's her and Cohane's spot. She saw Cohane and Corey up there having sex, and now she got mad because she felt like he disrespected they spot. So she threw all of their clothes off the balcony into some bushes and then locked the door, stranding them up there. So now when Blake went up there to go make his speech and invite all the councilmen and stuff like that up on the stage, and when he called Corey up there and she didn't come, Fallon went on the stage and said that Corey wasn't gonna make it or whatever. Then she said how the public libraries or whatever were having problem with their energy and stuff like their lights and stuff like that. So for the next 5 years, Blake and Carrington Atlantic is gonna be donating money to the public library system for the next 5 years. Blake was pissed because he like first of all, financially that shit is gonna put a dent in Carrington Atlanta finances. It's gonna put a dent in his company's finances. And Fallon knows she did that shit on purpose. She did that shit to fuck with her father because she knew financially it was gonna fuck his company up financially. Not fuck it up, but at least put a dent into the finances for the next couple years. She knew that. That's why she did it. She was being petty as fuck, and I had to laugh at that shit. Um. So anyway, Steven. Oh, Crystal. Her and motherfucking Anders went to the drop off for the $300,000, and the dudes were there, and they were in a truck. So they pull up in the truck, pick the money up, and they drive in their truck fast as fuck, like they gonna hit Anders' car. But he moved the car out the way or whatever. So that's when she went to her bedroom or whatever with Blake, and Blake pretty much found out about the whole $300,000 and stuff like that. And he was kind of pissed that she didn't come to him about it. Well, he found out about the baby situation because the doctor had called Anders. The doctor called Anders and told him what happened or whatever the case may be. So he found out and he told Blake about it. And Blake is pissed because now he feel like she lied to him again about not wanting a baby. So she finally told him that, she got pregnant when she was in Venezuela and, she was living with her sister at the time, which is Sammy Joe's mother and her boyfriend and Sammy Joe's father. He just got laid off from his job, so he couldn't afford to take care of Sammy Joe plus Crystal's baby. So he wanted the sister to kick Crystal out, but the sister wouldn't do it. So he started abusing the sister, and that's when Crystal came in trying to stop him, and that's when he pushed Crystal into like a desk or a nightstand or whatever, and she had a miscarriage. So she just felt like she wasn't ready to have no baby or whatever, and Blake was pissed that she didn't tell him. And then she started telling him about the people that she stole the money from and the fact that Anders helped her and stuff. So Blake called Anders in there to get more information on his sister and to bring her to Atlanta because he wanted to hear it from her if the whole story that Crystal told him was even true. So now he's starting to doubt Crystal now because she got too many goddamn skeletons in the closet that she's not being honest about. So I don't blame him for like checking out her story. I would too because she's just not telling the whole truth. you know, you're not being forthcoming. So I would definitely want to know the facts too. Um, Crystal should have just told him this shit from the beginning. Like Blake knows about secrets. Like he has plenty of them. So you should have just been honest with him and he would have helped you from the get go. But sitting there lying about it and then he has to find all this shit out later is gonna make him doubt you. And it's gonna make him feel like everything Fallon and everybody keeps saying about her is gonna make it seem like it's all true. So having it come directly from you from the get go would have made him trust you even more. Now he's starting to have a little doubt about your dumb ass. Like you should have just told him the truth. Um so anyway, Steven tried to play the big boy game and he lost severely. He basically lost. I call it a loss. Um, he tried to partner up with Jeff Kobe to get some dirt on Chief Stanfield and the fact that he killed Willie. So he decided to come up with some plan or whatever to start poking around, figuring out all the cases that Chief Stanfield worked. And Blake has been trying to basically tell him to back the fuck off because Chief Stanfield it ain't nothing to play with. He has a lot of information on Blake that could put Blake in prison, and he basically threatened Blake with that. He basically told him like, if I flip on you, you're gonna go to prison. You could lose everything, and that had Blake a little shook. So Blake had Steven kidnapped and basically told him that you're lucky it was me that kidnapped you and not Stansfield. Because if it was Stansfield, he would have kidnapped you, murdered you, and got away with it. Because he's the chief of police, he can easily do that. So he keep trying to tell Steven to let it go. So at first Steven called Jeff and he was thinking about letting that shit go, but he decided to plant a bug in a pen, and he called Chief Stanfield over to try to get him caught on video on audio tape confessing the crimes. Chief Stanfield knew that he planted a bug. He knew it. He wasn't stupid. So Chief Stanfield brought up some shit that Steven did from years ago. How I think one of the rigs or whatever in the field exploded or whatever and it was like faulty or some shit like that and Steven was responsible for that. So Blake had Claudia husband Matthew cover that shit up. That's what was on his phone, and that's what Blake tried to get the phone because it had all that information on it that could put Blake and Steven in jail. That shit could incriminate them. Um, so when he left, Steven was shook up. So he told Jeff to delete the audio that he got. So Jeff decided to go meet up with Chief Stanfield. And he told Chief Stanfield that he's willing to make a deal with him. If Chief Stanfield he's willing to give Chief Stanfield $5 million plus his house in the islands if he retires and names Jeff Kobe's cousin as the new chief of police. I was like, shit, it's an easy fucking deal to take. I would have took the deal. $5 million, a house in the islands, plus you get your pension, your retirement pension. Hell yeah, I would have took that in exchange for his cousin being the new chief of police and me retiring. I would have been out too. So so what happened was Jeff Kobe still had the audio that Steven told him to delete. He still had the audio and he copied that shit to his computer. I said, well, shit, that was a smart move. And Steven is so dumb. I said, you should have never trusted Jeff because it's obvious that Jeff has an in for Blake. And he's willing to do whatever to bring Blake down, even if that means bringing your ass down. You should have never trusted him because obviously he has an agenda. And I knew it wasn't going to be long before Jeff and Fallon had sex. I knew they would. And it's obvious that Jeff is playing her to an extent because he know that Fallon don't do nothing but use people. So of course he gonna use her ass. And I think that's exactly what he doing, using her. Because he know that she still got feelings for Cohane. That's why. And speaking of Cohane, Corey broke up with Cohane because she tired of dealing with Fallon. And she know that Cohane still got feelings for Fallon. So she's not about to be up in no love triangle and all that shit. She was like, she ain't got time for that shit. So he was pissed. And I'm pretty sure he probably gonna blame Fallon for it. Um, so Steven was in the car or whatever. He was on the phone with somebody. I forgot who he was on the phone with. I think his ex or whatever. And they was talking. And this fool was in the car snorting cocaine. I said, Steven, you on that coke? He up in the car snorting cocaine. I said, oh hell, this boy is on drugs. This is the last thing he need right about now is dope. I was like, oh hell. But anyway, this was a dope episode. All I can say was this episode was hot. Next week's episode, the Christmas episode, is gonna be fire. I'm just saying, man, more people need to watch Dynasty. This show is hot. I'm just saying, this show is hot. It's a lot of drama, juicy drama. And I hope you all enjoy this review. I will see you all tomorrow. Have a great night. See you all later. Good night. Peace.